Hello, friends. Today we are going to discuss about the post management economy. Under the management economy, we're going to discuss about the market structure. Market structure is having broad horizons with types of market like surface competition and infrastructure competition. Under the surface competition, we have large number of pillars in flywheel, and on the other hand, we have imperfect competition where there is number of buyers will be very high, that number of sellers have restrictions because of various types of products or technology. And in this imperfect competition, monopolistic competition is an important area where the current scenario market has, because the competition, monopolistic competition plays a key role in maintaining or having the tough competition to hold the profit ratios in competitive market. And we have to understand what is the market and what is monopolistic competition. Yes. This is Dr. Subramanian, Assistant Professor, Sustainability College, Bangalore, Karnataka. Now, we move on to the course to discuss about the monopolistic competition. Here, first we look at the definition of monopolistic competition. Monopolistic competition is a market structure which combines elements of monopoly and competitive markets. Monopoly means a single, and competition means there are more competition among the new market. Essentially, a monopolistic competitive market is one with freedom of entry and exit, that firms can differentiate these products. Therefore, they can set prices. However, because there is a freedom of entry, supernormal profits will encourage more firms to enter the market, leading to normal profits in the long run. So obviously, seems like the combination of monopoly market with competition, because in the initial stage of emergence of the market will have a limited power. And over the period of time, since the market having the characteristics of easy entry and easy exit, so many people will tend to enter into the market and divide the market share. So obviously, in the long run, those who are involved in selling of goods in the monopolistic competition in the long run, we could not able to make an abnormal profit as they earned in the beginning stage of starting their business. A monopolistic competitive industry has been following features. Many firms, yes, post the monopolistic competition has many firms. The example for the restaurant industry, for the retail business and services. Yes. The monopolistic competition has the freedom of entry and exit. Firms produce differentiated products. Firms have price inelastic demand, and they are price neutral because the good is highly differentiated, and firms make normal profits in the long run, but could make supernormal profits in the short run. Firms are allocating and productive in efficiency. And now, keeping in mind the definition of monopolistic competition and the characteristics of monopolistic competition, now we are going to derive how a firm in the monopolistic competition can able to make profit in the short run and long run. If you look at the in the long run scenario, short run scenario, we have the diagram to represent the monopolistic competition price and output determination. Now we have this diagrammatic representation of monopolistic competition. Here we have on the x-axis we are measuring the price and cost conditions. On the x-axis On the y-axis, we are measuring price and cost condition. On the x-axis, we are measuring output. Now we are going to we calculate or measure or determine the price and output determination under monopolistic competition. Now, uh, the line, the downward line MR is a marginal revenue curve, and this line AR is nothing but either the demand curve or we can also call it as the average revenue curve. And we have the marginal cost curve and we have the average cost curve of the firm. So these are the three reports to determine the pricing of the determination of a firm in the monopolistic competition. So we have an MR curve, AR curve, MC curve, and AC curve. AC curve is nothing but the average cost of the firm. MC curve is the margin cost of the firm in the monopolistic competition. And we have we already know or we know the thumb rule of determining the price in the market. As we all know, AR where AR is equal to or AR sets the MR at the lower point, and that point we are going to measure the determinant of the price of the commodity. So we draw a straight line towards the demand curve or the AR curve, where we can able to identify the price of the commodity. So OP1 will be the price of the commodity, OP1. And at OP1, the firm is getting a price of OP1, the monopolistic firm can able to produce OP1 of commodity on the perspective. And now we need to analyze how this price is going to be profitable for the firm in the monopolistic competition. Here, the line towards from x-axis to y-axis which connects the MR is equal to LC equilibrium point, where this line, this line which connects the Q1 and the price side of the AR curve, which is passes through our the components of the different points in the numerical competition AC curve. So at lower point. And this point will become the average cost of the firm. So this is the average cost, and this is the price of the commodity, and it cost per unit is lesser than the price what they are getting in the market. So obviously, the monopolistic firm will attain a supernormal profit, which the reason of this present color shaded area. And now, the firm was getting a supernormal or abnormal profit, it shows that in the short term, the monopolistic firms will get an abnormal profit because they don't have much of competition. And keeping the feature of the three engine exit condition, by looking at this supernormal profit, the outsiders, the competitors will decide to get into this market, the monopoly market or the monopoly competition, that there is less competition, the sellers are achieving a good amount of profit, so the market attracts the new sellers to get into the market. When the new market players in the market they're coming in, so in the long run, the supernormal profit is not possible to the monopolistic competitors. In the long run, they will attain and break-even point and not the supernormal profit. If you take an example of the monopolistic competition, the restaurant compete on quality of food as much as price. Price differentiation is a key element of the business. There are relatively low barriers to entry in setting up a new restaurant. And now, if you look at the same diagram with a small change in the average cost, because in the long run, due to competition, the new entry of the firms, the existing firms have to differentiate the product either by promoting the quality of the product or providing the additional features into the existing product. Obviously, their average cost of production would increase by providing the additional features to show the product differentiation. And now here, as we discussed in the earlier diagram, on the y-axis we are measuring pricing cost. On the x-axis we are measuring the output. Keeping the output same, even though the complex are coming in, but if we look at we are in intersection where we connect the point towards the area curve or the demand curve, yes, the price is the same. But if you look at the changes in the average cost compared to the previous diagram, the average cost in firm is lying there. But in the long run, the average cost moves upwards and it is existing or joining with the VR curve here. The average cost is less than the demand curve or the average revenue curve. But in the long run, if you look at the curve, average cost curve and average revenue curve, we need to same point so that VR is equal to AC. That means the price is equal to rent cost of production in the single commodity. Obviously, when the reason VR is equal to AC, it is nothing but total cost of production is equal to the total revenue. When there is when if the total cost what we are incurring, that is only we are receiving, that is the break-even point. So in the long run, the firm can be able to attain not return on profit, but return on profit or break-even point. Then what will happen in the monopolistic competition? Thank you so much.